Good afternoon and thank you. Again this week, we have witnessed a tragic consequence of sanctuary policies, this time in Chicago, with the senseless killing of Sheridan Gorman by an illegal alien who apparently made a beeline for Chicago, where he had protection from immigration enforcement even after being arrested within months of arriving. In this sanctuary state, he also potentially had access to a driver's license, illegal employment, and maybe even taxpayer-funded health care, nutrition assistance, and education. More than half of all illegal aliens live in jurisdictions like Chicago with policies that deliberately hinder immigration enforcement and prohibit cooperation between state and local law enforcement and ICE. Not only do these policies often violate federal law, they impose significant human and fiscal costs. My organization has been tracking sanctuary policies since 2015, and we maintain a map and list on our website. The politicians and advocacy groups who promote sanctuary policies rely on false narratives and misleading descriptions of immigration enforcement to justify them. They claim that the federal government is trying to force local authorities to do the work of ICE, when in reality, it is usually the local politicians that are prohibiting local law enforcement agencies from doing their job, which includes preventing crimes and taking criminals off the streets, and if needed, communicating with fellow law enforcement agencies to do that. They claim that cooperation with ICE is a major distraction to local police, when actually it just takes minutes to phone ICE or other communication, for example, about a deportable inmate's release. They claim that it drains local resources to cooperate with ICE, when in reality it costs just a few dollars to honor a detainer, according to sheriffs who know. And generally speaking, enforcing immigration law is a bargain for taxpayers. The average cost of a deportation, $17,000, is much less than the cost of allowing an illegal alien to stay, which is about $65,000 over their lifetime, according to the National Academy of Sciences. They claim that sanctuary policies are needed to build trust with all immigrants so they feel comfortable reporting crimes. In fact, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, immigrants, including illegal immigrants, historically report crimes at the same or higher rates as Americans. And the parts of the country where sanctuary jurisdictions are prevalent do not have higher immigrant crime reporting rates than parts of the country where cooperation with ICE is the norm. The truth is that sanctuary policies are an irrational political response based on a disagreement with federal immigration policy and opposition to enforcement of immigration laws. While the motivations are ideological and political, unfortunately, the costs of sanctuary policies are very tangible. From October 2022 to February 2025, jails in sanctuary jurisdictions declined more than 26,000 detainers nationwide. In just the first 9 months of last year, jails in Chicago, where Sheridan Gorman was killed, declined 329 ICE detainers, or more than one a day. Dozens of those released had serious prior convictions, including assault, robbery, drugs, weapons, sex assault on a minor, and even homicide. This is not just a big city problem. It happens in smaller jurisdictions too. For example, from 2024 through early 2025, until North Carolina passed a state anti-sanctuary law, the Durham County Jail failed to honor 33 detainers. These criminal aliens had pending charges, including DUI, burglary, aggravated assault, weapons, sexual assault, and even homicide. There is no valid public safety reason not to cooperate with ICE in these cases. Sanctuary supporters are unmoved by the pain their policies have caused American families of victims. Americans like Sheridan Gorman, Stephanie Minter, Katie Abraham, Denny McCann, Drew Rosenberg, Matthew Denise, Dominic Durden, Laken Riley, Kate Steinle, Richard Ferguson Jr., and so many others whose priceless lives were lost as a result of sanctuary policies. Congress must help by barring certain federal funding and tax exemptions for sanctuaries and clarifying that state and local police have the authority to cooperate with ICE, so they cannot be blocked from doing so by state or local laws. Finally, those who are seriously harmed as a result of sanctuary policies should have some recourse in the courts, which could be an effective deterrent to egregious policies. Thank you.